Welcome to the Gift Buyer's Guide to the Headphone Galaxy. My name is Josh. Let's go ahead and jump into this. First, let's decide who this headphone is for. The Commuter is going to be the guy who travels day in and day out, has an emphasis on portability, ease of use, and build quality. If that sounds like your guy, skip here. The Exerciser, the person who you probably think is crazy for running 5 miles a day or actually doing what he says he's going to do on New Year's and going to the gym. And they have an emphasis on, again, portability, but lightweight with the addition of Bluetooth. Skip here. The Enjoyer, the person who is going to sit on a couch or chair and listen to the quality of his music and of his gear. This person is going to have an emphasis on sound quality, and the enjoyment factor is paramount. Everything else is secondary. If that sounds like your guy, skip here. And then finally, we land on the Engineer, the person who is doing everything from mixing and mastering music to splicing video clips together. This is a person who's going to have an emphasis on an analytical and true-to-life sound, a person who is going for an accurate reproduction of most frequencies. If that sounds like your guy, skip here. All right, so now that that odd introduction is over, let's talk about the Commuter first. The overall winners of this category are going to be the Bose QC35s or the Sony WH-1000XM3s. That's a mouthful. Okay, so now the deal with these and why they are kind of a toss-up is because you get a little bit of a preference. They are both noise-canceling headphones. They both have Bluetooth. They are both fairly comfortable, but I'm going to give the Quiet Comforts a better score in terms of comfort, and I'm going to give the Sony WH whatever a better score in terms of sound quality. So if you have an individual who listens to his headphones for a very long time, I would go with the Bose. Whereas somebody who's more of short bursts and you want to have them listen to better sound quality, I would go with the Sony. Now for a super budget option, I actually recommend going with the Cost Porter Pro X's. They're not the best build, but they're so worth it in terms of where they can fit. You can kind of fold them up and bend them and put them in your pocket, and they're gonna fit practically anywhere. So you can really travel with them. It's definitely not the most appealing thing, like I always say, but for a $40-ish headphone, what you're really paying for here is the amazing sound quality that you get with these. So if you have somebody who's not too hard on their headphones and just kind of want something that they can throw in their pocket, maybe they don't have a bag or anything like that, that's going to be a wonderful option. And then some honorable mentions here are going to be the Audio-Technica M40Xs. Those are a headphone that I owned for a long time and I did like them. The V-Moda Crossfade Wireless 2s, only because the build quality is simply phenomenal and they have a really small footprint. I actually have them right here. Probably more oriented towards a male look. So if you're buying these for like your brother or your dad or something, if he likes this type of look, this is gonna be a great option. That headphone has Bluetooth, and so does the last honorable mention being the Odyssey Mobius. I think there are some caveats with this headphone, and I have a full review linked down below, but if you want something that is a great planar magnetic headphone and you also want something that doubles as a gaming headphone once you get home, there's no better option than the Odyssey Mobius if you want those specific things. They are kind of big to travel with, but you definitely can do it. Now let's jump into the Exercisers, the crazy people, right? These people are going to have an emphasis on small footprints. So there is no full-size headphones on this list. There's only IEMs on this list. And my overall 2018 winner for exercise headphones are the Apple AirPods. I use them every time I work out. I absolutely love the footprint. It's small. I can link it without the case. So if I just take this with me, put it in my ear, then put it back in my pocket, it works wonderfully. I haven't had any issues with sweat. If you are on Android, I recommend the Jaybird X4s. They do have a little bit more wire, but overall I found those to be a really enjoyable and easy to use headphone for Android. Now a super budget friendly option is actually going to be the MPOW Flame Bluetooth in-ear headphones. These come in at $20, and this is actually the only item on this list that I haven't personally used. And the only reason why I'm recommending it is because it has over 9,000 reviews at about 4 stars, and that's enough to impress me. And since I really didn't have a strong opinion on a super budget friendly exercise headphone, I'm gonna recommend that one simply because of all those reviews. Now some honorable mentions in this category. If you are going for that really truly wireless type of headphone, there is the Bose Wireless Sound Sports. And then another lightweight headphone that I actually think sounded really good was the Sennheiser HD1. I actually bought the wired version, being the Sennheiser Momentum in-ear, and I bought that for my old roommate, and he and I thought they were really good headphones. And what really impressed me, especially for working out, was the really lightweight build of the actual earbuds. So if you wrap them around your ear so they don't fall out or get tugged, the actual earbud that goes in your ear is ridiculously light. Then we have the enjoyer, right? Somebody who's going to be sitting, kind of lounging around, and they're going to be really listening to the quality of their music. Now, if you've never seen me before, which is very, very possible, I've spent the last year making videos about and almost entirely revolving around headphones only. So this is what I recommend. For under $100, there are only two headphones that I recommend, being the Emu Purple Hearts from Massdrop and the AKG M220s. You can get these on Massdrop for about $40 to $50, and then you can get these on Amazon as well for about $60 if they're not available on Massdrop. And for being such budget-friendly headphones, they sound awesome. They really, really do. And if we go up to $200 and under, it's a three-way tie between the HD58X, the HD6XX, and the HE4XX. You can actually only get those on Massdrop. They're specifically Massdrop headphones, but they are so worth it. They are probably the best bang for your buck in all of audio right now. Now, those last two headphones I mentioned, the 6XX and the HE4XX, I do have a direct comparison video, so if you haven't seen that, there's a link in the description down below. And with those two headphones specifically, you are going to want to look at getting an amplifier for them. For cheap budget options, I would recommend going either with the JDS Labs Atom or with the Monoprice Liquid Spark. Both those amplifiers have very good performance and they measure fairly well. Now, $300 and under, I actually have three recommendations. One is going to be the M1060 from Monoprice. I think that's a wonderful headphone. It's a bit controversial in terms of sound quality. The build quality is not that great. I bought and owned that headphone for a long time and I loved every second of it. I really, really did enjoy it. The second headphone is going to be the AFK Con. This is a DT990 mod. I have a video link down below as well. That headphone is an incredible performer. And then the last headphone that I recommend is another incredible modded headphone, being the Modhouse Argon. For about $300 for your total investment for both of those things are amazing. They're so, so good for the money. And since those headphones are per order and they are custom, you are going to want to put your order in soon so that you can get them before Christmas if you're either getting it for yourself or you're getting it for another person. Then my last category for enjoyment is around $500 plus. I recommend the HC660Ss from Sennheiser. I recommend the Odyssey LCD2Cs. And if you want to go really crazy, I recommend the Stax L300 Limiteds with the 353 Energizer. Now, for the person who enjoys audio, you notice that I didn't really structure that like I did my other categories, only because enjoyment is such a subjective topic that what I personally enjoy and find amazing for me is not necessarily going to be what's applicable to you or your father or your brother or your sister or your mother. They're going to like different things, and that's okay. So just pick something that you think they might like the looks of and then start from there. Then the last category is going to be the engineer. The overall winner is going to be a personal pair that I use every single day, being the Beyerdynamic DT1990. Those are amazing studio headphones. They are really well built and the reproduction of the frequencies is stellar. If you want to go with a super budget option, I would look at the Sony MDR7506. That's a robust build. Lots of professionals use that. It's highly replaceable, so if somebody does throw it around and break it, it's easy when you're on set or in the studio, but it's a better workhorse headphone than it is an enjoyment headphone. But for a workhorse headphone, they're pretty good. And then some honorable mentions on the budget side would be the Audio-Technica M40X, and then on the high-end side, I would look at the Odyssey LCD-X. Both those headphones have incredible performance. The LCD-X is a very, very good headphone in general, but it's $1,200. It's quite expensive. So it's obviously not for the faint of heart, but for the very active professional who does make a decent amount of money and wants a good reproduction of the sound, that's one of the best headphones I've tried. All right, I think that's gonna wrap up the gift buyer's guide to the Headphone Galaxy. Hope you learned something. Hopefully I could help make somebody a gift buying decision if you're buying it for either yourself or somebody else. This list also doubles as something that you might look towards for yourself to ask from somebody else. And you can direct them towards this video and I would appreciate it. All right, guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up. Subscribe if you're not already for more content like this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.